Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a really exciting video. As you can see by the title, I'm going to be shopping at every bookstore in my city. That is like a little bit of an exaggeration because I could not actually shop at every bookstore in my city, but I am going to be going to every Half Price Books location. I live in Austin, Texas, and there are 7 Half Price Books locations here, and I've only been to like 4 of them. I'm excited to see what the other locations are like. If you don't know what Half Price Books is, it is a used bookstore. Pretty much everything there is at least half the retail price, and it's my favorite bookstore. I love Half Price Books, and I really love how every single location is really different. My favorite things to do are just to spend a day going to different locations and hunting through all of the books and trying to find some good stuff. I thought it would be fun to go to all of them. Also, I just realized my tongue is red. Sorry, I just ate a cough drop because I think I'm getting a little bit sick, but I'm trying to fight it off because I've been planning to film this video for a long time, but it's probably gonna take me the entire day to film. So yeah, I have a couple bags of books that I'm also going to be selling there. So we'll see. On my phone, I always keep like a list of books that I am looking for when I go to Half Price Books, just so I'm not like completely aimlessly lost, even though I always end up checking every single book on every single shelf. I'm gonna get going. It's gonna take a long time, and I want to get an early start. Okay, so I just got out of the first location and I am so shocked. I found so many amazing things. Like, I'm a little shook right now because that was just such a great find. I did sell maybe like 30 books there and I got $33. Okay, so the first thing that is just like probably the most amazing was I found the entire Elements series by Brittany C. Cherry. The Gravity of Us, The Fire Between, The Silent Waters, and then The Air He Breathes. I think this is the first one. I don't know. I am so excited for these. Jess from Peace Love Books, she recently read this and gave it 5 stars, and I've really been interested in this series ever since then. And these were all $5.99, and they're regularly so much more expensive than that. So that was like an amazing find. Then I also found Radiance by Grace Draven, which when I saw this, I was like, I immediately grabbed it. I've been wanting to read this book for so long. It is a fantasy romance. All I know about it is these 2 enemies are forced to be married. I don't know, I've heard amazing things about it. The next one is one of the books that was on my list of ones that I was looking for, and that is The Highwayman by Kerrigan Byrne. I've heard so many of the romance people that I follow talking about this recently. This was one that I was like on the hunt for, and I'm so glad I found it. The next one is another one I was looking for, and that was The Siren by Tiffany Rees. This is like an erotica. I think there's a priest in it. I don't know. When I said I like priest romances, a lot of people recommended this to me. And then the last one I found, I've never heard anything about, but I looked it up on Goodreads, and people that I follow had rated it highly, so I got it, and that's Hot Asset by Lauren Lane. Again, don't know that much about it. I'll talk about all of these books much more in depth when I get home because it's super hot in my car and I don't want to be sitting here like telling you guys the synopses of all these books. But I'll do like a more in-depth haul when I get home after everything. Oh my god, if every location is this successful, my bank account is gonna be screaming. So now I gotta figure out where the next location I'm going to is. I also stopped and got some Starbucks. It's now kind of melted, but I got the pumpkin cream cold brew, which is my new obsession. I don't even like pumpkin things. Like, I've never liked a pumpkin spice latte, but this is so good. If you like coffee and you like your coffee to taste like coffee, but you also want just like a little dazzle of fall, I definitely recommend the pumpkin cream cold brew. Okay, where am I going next? All right, let's go. Okay, so I left that location. I wasn't in there very long. I was the only woman in there, lots of men, which is fine, but I just felt like I was being hovered around, so I didn't vlog at all in the store, and I only bought 1 book, and it was a new book. I didn't find anything used that I wanted, so I ended up buying the book that I'm currently reading, which is American Royals by, I forget the author's name. She's the one who wrote that like 1,000 Tower book. So yeah, bought a brand new book, which kind of defeated the purpose of going to half price books, but whatever. So now I'm headed to the next location. It says I'll be there in 10 minutes. And this is one I don't believe I've been to before. I don't know, we'll see when I get there, but I'm pretty sure I have never been to this location. So I only found one book in that location, and that was The Hearts We Sold by Emily Lloyd Jones. All I know about it is there's a demon involved and like selling your heart. I don't know, sounds cool. And yeah, I'd never been to this location before. I liked it, it was nice. It was really quiet. There weren't a lot of people in there as opposed to the last place that I went to that was super crowded. So now I'm gonna head to the next location, which is one that I go to all the time. I think it's the biggest in the city, but I'm not 100% sure. Let's head on over there. It was at this point in the day that I realized I made a huge mistake. It was very hot, I was very tired, and the men in the aisle next to me were making very transphobic comments. I needed a pick-me-up, and no one can change my mood quicker than the Queen, Lizzo.
Hey, I'm glad you're back with you. I mean, who would wanna hide this? I will never, ever, 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 ever be your side chick, so you can tell your friend, shoot your shot when you see him. We just keep it pushing like, aye.
Okay, I needed to add some sort of transition here because you're about to go from extremes. I was just singing Lizzo, and in the next clip, I'm sobbing. I apologize, this video kind of got away from me. A lot happened. It was a day. I don't even know. Just, sorry. I'm trying not to cry. So I'm on the side of the highway right now waiting for a tow truck because my tire blew and I almost flipped over. Sorry, not trying to cry. It was really scary. My tire completely blew. I don't know why, and I skidded across all the lanes and I almost flipped. Trying not to freak out. It's fine. Okay. So I'm back home now. I don't even know where this video is going. I don't know if I'm gonna leave the last clip in where I was crying in my car. So basically, to explain what happened, I was on my way to the next location and my tire started to feel really wobbly. I was on a highway where the speed is 75, so I was going pretty fast, and all of a sudden my tire just exploded and I was in the far left lane. So when my tire exploded, it sent me across all the lanes to the other side of the highway. My car started to tip over. Oh, I'm fine. I had it together, but thinking about it makes me want to cry again. It was really scary, but I'm fine. My car is pretty damaged, but I'm fine. It could have been a lot worse. It was just in the moment so scary. And it sucks because I had such a great day, but I'm not quitting. I want this video to happen. I'm sorry if you like came into this video looking for some like a fun come shopping with me and cut to me being super dramatic. I'm gonna show you guys all the stuff that I got at the places that I have already gone to. Tomorrow or the next day, I will go to the other locations. I want to turn this around. Like, I don't want this to like ruin my video, but I'm gonna show you guys the stuff that I got because it was all so great. I had a great day up until the incident. I don't want to call it an accident, the incident. Yeah, I guess I'll go through from what I got at each place. So the first location that I went to, you guys saw, was the place where I got the most stuff. I mean, like, I hit jackpot at this place. The first thing I got was The Highwayman by Kerrigan Byrne. This is a historical romance. I believe it follows these two people who, when they were kids, they were at an orphanage together. And then many years later, they meet again, but she doesn't know that he's the guy that she was friends with as kids. He's like pretending to be somebody else. The synopsis that I remember that someone explained really reminded me of The Princess Bride. So I'm excited for this. I'm just really excited to hopefully find another historical romance author that I love, because I have read everything by Tessa Dare and I need more authors, you know? The thing that I'm most excited to find, whoever donated this to That Half Price Books, thank you. Got the whole Elemental series by Brittany C. Cherry. I know that they're very well loved. I've been wanting to read something by Brittany C. Cherry before. I think that they are like heavy and emotional books. I mean, just based off of the covers. I do know though that this book, Jess from Peace Loves Books, recently read it and was like raving about it. I might do like a binge of these. And I also got Radiance by Grace Draven, who is an author that I've really been wanting to read from. She writes fantasy romances, and this one is about, they're like different species. They are forced to be married. The next one is The Siren by Tiffany Rees. I know that this is like a super popular book, and when I mentioned I wanted priest romances, this was like the #1 that people recommended to me. It's about a writer and her editor, and I'm excited. I've been wanting to read something by this author for a while. I feel like I'm saying that about all of these people, but I found authors who I've been like so excited about. And then the last one I got at this location is Hot Asset by Lauren Lane. This one I've never heard anything about. This is about a guy on Wall Street and then a woman who is in the FBI fighting against white collar criminals, and she believes that he is committing a crime, so she tries to take him down basically, which sounds really cool. Then the next one is the one that I went to where I was the only woman there, which like isn't a problem, but I just felt like at one point I was just like being followed by a couple of the guys there, and I don't know, I just felt the vibe was uncomfortable and I wanted to leave. So I just quickly grabbed the book that I'm currently reading, and that is American Royals by Catherine McGee. So far I'm really liking it, which is why I decided to pick up a copy. This is basically like an alternate history where if George Washington, instead of becoming the first president, he became the first king of America. So now it's modern day and the Washington family are still royals, and this follows the prince and the princesses and the people around them. So then I went to one of the locations that I have never been to before, and it was really nice. I actually hung out there for a while because it was pretty empty. But the book that I ended up picking up was The Hearts We Sold by Emily Lloyd Jones. This one was like on extra sale, so it was only $5. But oh my god, and it's also signed. Cute. I'm reading The Bonehouses by Emily Lloyd Jones sometime this month. I wanted to read her, I believe this was her debut. This might be a good October book. So sneak peek into my October TBR, which by the way, I already started planning out my October videos, and I am gonna go hard in October. I'm so excited. I have so many videos that I wanna do. The next place was the last one that I went to. This one is probably my favorite location because it is the biggest, and they always just have tons of stuff. This one's my favorite one to hang out in because there's so much seating, whereas like the other ones there's like maybe one chair somewhere tucked away. But this one has like a couple dedicated seating areas. If you do live in the Austin area, it's the one on North Lamar. But the two books that I got there were These Witches Don't Burn by Isabel Sterling. It's about witches and it's sapphic, and pretty much if I see a sapphic book, I have to pick it up. I don't make the rules. It's just the laws of nature. Last book that I got there was Brazen and the Beast by Sarah McLean. I loved the first book, Wicked and the Wallflower, and this just came out, so I'm really excited to read it. Those are all the books that I got at the 4 locations that I went to today. The next time you see me, I'm gonna be all happy, and I'm gonna put this day behind me, and I'm going to go to the other locations. Okay, so it is now day 2 of my book shopping adventure. Hopefully today goes better than yesterday. I'm borrowing my mom's car, so nothing better happened to it. And I'm gonna go to the last 3 locations. Oh my god. It's so hot. Sorry, I have to turn the air on. All right, let's go. Price Books is one that I used to go to all the time because I lived a lot closer to it, but I haven't been here in a long time, and oh my god, they had such a good selection. Like, their sci-fi fantasy section wasn't very big. It was only 2 bookshelves, but they had so much like amazing things. And this always happens to me. I don't know if this happens to other people, where I go to a used bookstore and I find books that I already own and I wish I didn't own them so that I could re-buy them. How fucking like consumerist is that? That's insane. I literally wish I didn't own books so I could buy them again. But it's like, I see a book that I already own that's a really good deal and I wish that I didn't own it so I could get that deal. Does that make sense? But anyways, I got 4 books there. The first 2 I'm so excited about. I got Kings of the Wild and then the sequel Bloody Rose, and these are fantasy books that I've heard really good things about. And then I also found Polaris Rising by Jesse Mielik, which I know is a sci-fi space opera romance. And then the last one I got is another Kerrigan Byrne, The Duke with the Dragon Tattoo. I read the back and this one sounded really good and it was in really good condition. They had the sequel to the other book by her that I got, but it was like super like busted up, which I don't typically mind, but this one was like really bad condition. So I decided to get this book because it's like in brand new condition. So now I'm going to go to the last location. I have never been to this Half Price Books before. I don't even know the area that it's in. It's in an area of Austin that I never go to. So let's head over there. Okay, so I just got out of the last Half Price Books and that store was driving me crazy because it was organized so bad. Books were not in the right spot. There was like hardcore romance books in the young adult section and young adult books in the romance section, and like it was just driving me crazy. But I ended up only getting 1 book, and that was Dark Lover by J.R. Ward. I'd been looking for this book at every location that I went to, and this one was in the best condition out of the ones that I saw, so I decided to pick it up. I've really been wanting to start the series. I feel like this is the one like super popular paranormal adult series that I haven't started yet. It's still pretty early in the day. I might go to Barnes & Noble. I don't know. It's really early. I do need something to drink though. I need a Dr. Pepper right now. Okay, we're gonna go on the hunt for a Dr. Pepper. Also, Jesus, my lips are so chapped. Do I have chapstick? Oh, no, but I have lip gloss. All right, let's go find Dr. Pepper.
You're making narcotic manipulation. Let me help.
Hi, can I get a large Dr. Pepper and then small tater tots? So while we're waiting, I actually noticed when I was going into all of the Half Price Books locations that I have the same like routine when I go into any bookstores really, and I'll go to the same sections in the same exact order. I always start with the sci-fi fantasy section, then I go to the romance section, then the like general fiction, and lastly, I hit up young adult every single time. I'm like paranoid the person's gonna pop up with my stuff. Okay, hold on, they're on the way. Let me just move my camera really quick. Anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, I go to the same sections every single time. And I just thought that was really interesting. And I was wondering if anybody else does that. That first sip of Dr. Pepper in the day. So good. I have no idea where I am. Where am I? Don't call me angel when I'm a mess. Don't call me angel when I get undressed. We're gonna go to Barnes & Noble and I'm gonna look for, there's a couple books that I really want that none of the Half Price Books had. Like none of them had the new Tessa Dare and none of them had any Cat Sebastian books. Ugh, y'all, I love living in Austin, but the traffic, why? Okay. Okay. You psycho. So I am back home now and I'm gonna show you guys all of the stuff that I got. You wanna sniff everything? He loves to sniff anything I bring home. Okay, I'm getting them out. You can sniff them, you can sniff them. Are they good? You checking them out? Why are you so interested in this one? Is it this one? No, you want that one? This is the one you want? No, this one. So let's start with the first place that I went to today. So I found Kings of the Wild and Bloody Rose by Nicholas Eames. These are adult fantasy books, and all I know about them is that the first one follows this band of mercenaries, and in this world, mercenaries are kind of treated like rock stars, and like they travel around on tour. I've heard really good things about these. I've heard they're really funny, so I was excited to find these. The next one that I found there was Polaris Rising. This I've really been wanting to read. It is a adult sci-fi romance, and it says a space princess on the run and a notorious outlaw soldier become unlikely allies. Sounds good. I'm really excited for this. Also, is this signed? Ooh, it is signed. Cool. All right, sniff that one. The other book that I got there, I think I got this one there, was The Duke with the Dragon Tattoo by Kerrigan Byrne. The first line of the synopsis says, he is known only as the Rook. A man with no name, no past, no memories. He awakens in a mass grave and a magnificent dragon tattoo on his forearm. And then the protagonist finds him and nurses him back to health and helps him. So that sounds really cool. The next place I went to, I got Dark Lover by J.R. Ward. This is a vampire paranormal series. It's very popular and I've never read it. I've always wanted to read it. It's the first book in the Black Dagger Brotherhood series. I literally know nothing about the series other than it's really long and it's about vampires. I feel like it would be fun to do like a reading vlog of me reading this since it is so popular, and I can let you guys know what I think. And then the books that I've got at Barnes & Noble, I found the two books that I was looking for. I was really excited that they had Cat Sebastian books because that was one of the authors that I was looking for at every single half-price books that I went to, and none of them had any of her books. So I got It Takes Two to Tumble by Cat Sebastian. I talked about this one in my reading vlog that I just uploaded, and this sounds like it's a male retelling of The Sound of Music because it's about a vicar who takes on a job to take care of this naval captain's 3 wild children. This sounds so good. I really want to read this. And then the other book I got at Barnes & Noble, The Wallflower Wager by Tessa Dare. I read this, I loved it. At first I gave it 4 stars, but then upon like reflection, I think this is my favorite Tessa Dare book ever, so I bumped it up to 5. I'm trying to show you guys all the books I got, but Loki won't move. You're so cute. These are all of the books that I got at the half-price books locations that I went to, plus the 2 from Barnes & Noble. I'm like pretty satisfied. I got some really great stuff. I hope you guys liked this video. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.